Yes, my sports to the bone people. Greetings, my viewers and subscribers. Yeah, man, so I am just here reminiscing and looking back at that innings that was played by Nicholas Pooran last night. And, I'm saying to myself that, it's really a pleasure to have seen it. And when I look back and remember that it's just a couple days prior to that, we had a very good treat from Raheem Cornwall. I have to say to myself that, yeah, man, CPL is definitely coming alive right now. We also had a century from Martin Guptill. So 3 centurions so far. So we're going to talk a little bit about how the CPL is going. Gonna link it to West Indies white ball series that we have coming up. So just give a listening here until the end and let me know what you all think in the comment section. So the CPL, my people, CPL 2023, it started off a little bit weird. We weren't really getting much game time because of the rain over there in St. Kitts. But when things moved, we moved to Barbados. We started to get some quality game, and then same thing in Trinidad. And I think after Trinidad we will be moving on. So I'm just saying that imagine if we had gotten a chance to see the teams in full swing at the beginning of the tournament. Probably, we would have seen more guys getting, good scores. Probably would have seen guys running into form faster. We would have seen Kyle Mears last night getting into the 70s. He's one of the players that, people have been saying that he needs to score. Not only because he's a mainstay in the Barbados Royals team, but because he's one of those guys that West Indies selectors like to select for T20. Not only, well, he's an all format player these days. So it was refreshing seeing Kyle Mears getting a score last night, even though he wasn't able to lead his team across the line. So with Brandon King, I think it was the first game or the first 2 games, we got an opportunity to see Brandon King in full flow. I think he has the highest score that he has this year so far is, I think, about 81 or 82 or something like that. But he's another one that started off well that we really want to see get back into the groove of things, because those 2, Brandon King and Kyle Mears, they are usually the guys that open for us in T20 internationals. So we want them to perform throughout the rest of the series, throughout the rest of the tournament. And it's the same thing for youngsters that are coming through, or not necessarily youngsters, people that want to get into the West Indies team, want to see them start performing. As I said, with the centuries, Raheem Cornwall did his thing. I don't know how near Raheem Cornwall is to playing T20 cricket for West Indies. His best bet would have been Test. Well, his best bet has always been Test cricket. He has always done reasonably well for his franchise T20 team, but he doesn't usually get a look in as an opener. He's usually there as a test, and we remember how the last Test series went. Not too sure if we're going to see him back anytime soon again, based on him having to leave the field and not being able to really stay out there and bowl his coat off overs. But having said that, it's good to see that he's out there doing his thing. And we have to remember that when the lead selector named a squad the other day, I don't remember how much players they named, and said, those are the players that they are looking to build, or they are looking to keep together as they go forward and starting to plan for the World Cup and all of that. He indicated that players can get into the team using the CPL and other means. So the CPL is there. Plus, some of these guys will get an opportunity to play in different leagues around the world. Might not be the IPL, but the selector don't see already say, listen, the CPL is coming up. We still have a few spots. Even though we have identified a couple of people, we have identified the core group, we still have a slot. That is why people were saying that guys like Evan Lewis, want to see him performing in the CPL. Same thing for Rutherford and a couple of others. Rutherford, he has played a couple of good innings so far for his team. you know, not on a winning cause or winning note, but you know, would have seen him scoring some runs while he was leading the team. So, you know, he's definitely one of them that is probably closer to getting a recall than anything else. You know, Kimo Paul, we also see Kimo Paul doing it big time for his team. You know, so he's another one that they are probably looking at. The thing that is really concerning to me is that Obed McCoy, who is usually our opener, you know, we are opening bowler. We haven't really seen him hitting the straps as yet. I mean, he's struggling. So what I'm happy about is that the Barbados Royals, they are playing him. Some people might be saying, boy, especially the Barbados supporters, you need to drop him, you need to leave him out of the team and thing. And I can understand that because it is franchise cricket, but in the back of my mind, I am saying to myself that right now, if he continues to play, I'm hoping that his form will return and he will, you know, eventually start feeling back comfortable and start bowling well. Because I am looking at the bigger picture. I am looking at West Indies cricket. I don't really business about what go on here, so still, you know, I know the Barbados fans, them don't really want to hear that, but you know, really want to see him getting back into form. So he's one of them that I am hoping will step it up as they go closer to the back end of the tournament. You know, as I said, Nicholas Pooran with that century, you know, always a treat to see somebody like a Pooran out there. So I am just looking for a core group, you know, batting group and bowling group. That's what I am actually looking for. So, you know, we were looking for somebody to open with Brandon King for West Indies. We don't know, say Pooran is there, Hetmaya is there, has played a couple of knocks for his team. Rutherford is there also, you know, and we know the captain Ravman Powell is there. Ali Carthan he had, I think he played he had one half century, but he had 2 knocks that contributed to victories. So yeah, you know, he's probably one that we can look at also. And there are a couple of other guys that are maybe putting their hands up for the West Indies team. But all what is going on, I am here looking at the people that are performing in the CPL and looking and see how we can, the strongest playing 11 that we can find. We have a group of all-rounders that are performing. You know, we see Kimo Paul coming back. Romario Shepherd is there. Jason Hole, as we know, is still a T20 player for us, so he's there. And that's the all-rounder spot there. Where the spinners are concerned, Akil Hussain, he hasn't taken a lot of wickets. You know, we would have seen at different points in different games where he would have, you know, helped to pin down and create pressure. But if we're being honest, you know, he hasn't been at his best so far. But he's definitely still my frontline spinner. Goody Kishmoti is also right there. I know most people, based on what I am seeing under well, my videos, because I don't too follow up the other social media platforms and stuff with people talking about the cricketers. But based on what I see people commenting, you know, people seems to think that Moti is ahead right now. But you know, it's good to see Moti is performing. As I said, hopefully Hussain can lift it a little bit more. And it's always good to have competition. You know, Yannick Correa, it hasn't gone too well for him. Hayden Wash Jr. unfortunately got an opportunity at a time when Jamaica was on the back foot and he got peppered, so he isn't there. Kofi James, we didn't see much of. We haven't seen a lot of him. So, you know, I am looking my people. We see Jaden Sears coming back. Pollard gave him the last over in last night's game, even though, you know, I mean, it was just a couple of deliveries to bowl and they had a lot of runs to defend. I think he bowled a couple of short and wide deliveries that, you know, he definitely won't be happy about it. But I'm happy to see Jaden Sears bowling and getting up back to full shape. A couple seasons ago, I think it was that he played in the Lanka Premier League as a T20 bowler. So, you know, good to see him. Other pacers, you know, also good to see Alzari Joseph still doing his thing. You know, Alzari Joseph is there. It's really sad that we haven't seen Jair McAllister. You know, we haven't seen him as yet. I don't remember if I have seen You know, Sheldon Cottrell hasn't been to, I mean, he's up there in age, but they usually like to pull for him when they are going into tournament because he takes wickets early up front, but not much. McKenny Clark, you know, Matthew Ford, as I said, I was looking forward to seeing Matthew Ford dominating, you know, yeah, but as I said, all what is going on, I am looking at all the different teams and searching for people that can actually better the West Indies team. That is what I am looking for. I know it's a franchise thing, and people are going to be selecting players based on how they, you know, based on who they want and who they think can win the game for their franchise. So, you know, people are supporting their team now and say they will support West Indies later, but I'm always looking at the bigger picture, my people. So, you know, just let me know what y'all think in the comment section as it relates to how the CPL is going so far. Big up.